Good morning, Eastern North Carolina. It's Sunday, June 18. Happy Father's Day, and thanks for waking up with us. I'm adaure achumba. The threats of rip currents along our beaches remain high. This as we learn another person in Carteret County died this week while trying to save teenagers from the rip currents. News Channel 12's Nate Belt tells us what happened in Atlantic Beach. While there aren't flags at all the beaches, you can always call the fire department before heading out to get information on the current risk levels. Let's join meteorologist Ashley Pratt now, who's in the Storm Track 12 Weather Center with more on this and the first look at your forecast. Ashley? All right, thanks, Ashley. And in an update, a shooting Friday night in Elizabeth City. One of the victims, 19-year-old Tyshawn Henry, has died from his injuries, according to police. Police say 18-year-old Mackenzie Farr is in critical condition, but is stable and has been transferred to Centera Norfolk Medical Center for further treatment. This incident is still under investigation. If you have any information, you're asked to call the Elizabeth City Police Department. And in Wayne County, one man is recovering after someone shot him. Now Goldsboro police officers are investigating. The incident happened around 3 p.m. Saturday. Officers responded to the 900 block of South Slocum Street for shots being fired. When they got there, a car sped off. They followed it to Wayne Memorial Hospital. Inside, they found the victim, 23-year-old Octavius Thompson, with a non-life-threatening injury. Thompson was prepped for surgery at Wayne Memorial and transferred to Vidant Medical Center for further treatment of his injuries. If you have any information on that incident, you're also asked to call the Goldsboro Police Department. The Uptown Business and Professional Association held its first community service organization picnic. It took place Saturday at Lawson's Creek Park in New Bern. Organizations like the Public Library, Atta Karate, and the Veterans Employment Base Camp set up tables to provide community members with information about self-enhancement. Organizers tell us the purpose of this picnic is to let residents know of various services that are available, especially with getting help finding a job and adult education.
We're just trying to enhance or improve.
The organization targets more than 70 nonprofit organizations located in New Bern and surrounding areas to provide skill-building services to residents in the community. The Big Rock tournament is over, and the winner from day one, well, that was the one to beat all this while. The crew of the runoff boated the very first marlin of the week at 533.8 pounds. And that proved to be the largest catch overall. The boat already took home more than $460,000 for catching the first marlin of the tournament, weighing over 500 pounds. By holding on to first place, the crew nets in more than $1 million. According to the tournament director, this is the largest amount of money ever paid out to a Big Rock champion. And here's a look at the final leaderboard. Runoff in first, Rehab in second, and Welders Arc in third place. Congratulations to all the participants and the winners, of course. Now, the race for Greenville mayor is on. Councilman Calvin Mercer announcing he will run for Greenville mayor in November. Mercer is currently an at-large council member. The announcement Saturday follows current Mayor Alan Thomas's resignation on Tuesday to take a position with the North Carolina Global Trans Park in Kinston. Mercer joined the council in 2007. And as Alan Thomas reflects on his service to the city, we're learning more about the outgoing Greenville mayor's new job. News Channel 12's Rosita Cox has more. And Mayor Pro Tem Candy Smith is already filling in as mayor until the council finds a replacement. And still to come on News Channel 12 this morning, disappointment for some and relief for his fans as a judge declares a mistrial in the sexual assault case against comedian Bill Cosby. And will the Down Eastwood Ducks end the second half of the season on a high note? Ariel Epstein will tell you more about that in your Sports Minute Update.
So happy Father's Day to everyone out there.
Yes, indeed. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there, all the dads out there celebrating. And, of course, we have to remember those who are celebrating Father's Day without their fathers for the very first time. So hugs to all of you guys. All right, now heavy rain causing flooding woes in Madison. One business hard hit by the flash flood is a pharmacy in Rockingham County. Officials say the rain sent 4 inches of water into the store. Once the water receded, crews were called in to help the pharmacy dry out. The owner of the pharmacy says it's the second time they've had to deal with flooding like this month. And after a bizarre collision off the coast of Japan, the U.S. Navy now says it's found the 7 sailors missing aboard USS Fitzgerald. Details coming up next. You're watching News Channel 12 Weekend Edition. And this still developing tragic news from the U.S. Navy. The bodies of 7 sailors missing after a ship collision near Japan have been recovered. A U.S. defense official says the sailors were found in a flooded portion of the USS Fitzgerald. The guided missile destroyer took on water after colliding with a cargo ship Saturday morning. The Navy had indicated earlier that the missing sailors could be in the ship's flooded area. The Fitzgerald was towed to a Japanese port after the collision. A Navy statement said the sailors' bodies would be transferred to a military hospital for identification. After days of deliberation and a few heated exchanges between the judge and defense, the judge called a mistrial in the criminal case against Bill Cosby. It was the beginning of what would become an iconic court case, and many of you may recall witnessing it happening. Saturday marked the 23rd anniversary of the infamous O.J. Simpson chase. He went missing after being charged with the murder of his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman. But his white Bronco was later spotted on a freeway in Los Angeles, leading the slow-speed police chase. The car was driven by Simpson's friend and former teammate Al Cowlins, but O.J. was riding in the back. According to one survey, the coverage of the chase is the 6th most memorable TV moment in the last 50 years. And still to come this morning, we're in the second half of a not-so-great season for the Down East Wood Ducks, but will it end on a high note? And the Down East Wood Ducks are midway through the season and still looking to change their luck so far. Ariel Epstein joins us now with more in your Sports Minute Update. Let's go straight to meteorologist Ashley Pratt in the Storm Track 12 Weather Center with a first look at your forecast. Ashley, we still have those rip current warnings in place, don't we?
Yes, we do.
A sex trafficking and prostitution investigation led Pitt County Sheriff deputies to make an arrest. Craig Edwards was indicted by a Pitt County grand jury on June 12th for 4 counts of human trafficking of adult victims, second-degree kidnapping, 2 counts of second-degree rape, and multiple counts of promoting prostitution for profit. Edwards also has drug charges pending, and his court date on the drug charges is August 9. He is held under a $750,000 bond at the Pitt County Detention Center. Amazon is betting big on grocery stores. The online retail giant is buying Whole Foods for nearly $14 billion in cash. Amazon says Whole Foods will continue to operate under that name as a separate unit of the company. Whole Foods CEO John Mackey will also remain to lead the grocer, which will keep its headquarters in Austin, Texas. Experts say the deal shows Amazon's interest in operating traditional brick-and-mortar stores. It also demonstrates the company's growing interest in groceries. Amazon already has a grocery delivery service called Amazon Fresh. Now to the father who came face to face with 2 dangerous fugitives. He's speaking about his encounter with the men who are now facing charges for killing their prison guards. Police say escaped prison inmates Johnny Russell and Ricky DuBose led them on a 10-mile high-speed chase. The men came face to face with Patrick Hale as he started to drive his family to safety after warnings that the escaped convicts were in the area. He says the con's on the run for 48 hours. Investigators say it all started when one of the inmates shot and killed 2 prison guards on a transport bus Tuesday and escaped. And now to the White House, where reports of an increasingly frustrated President Trump. He is dealing with a seemingly unending drumbeat of news about the Russia investigation, which keeps getting louder. ABC's David Wright explains. Developing news, a deadly explosion in an upscale mall in a tourist district of Colombia's capital has people on the edge. The images you're about to see now are from Twitter. Colombian authorities say 3 people, including a French woman, died in a powerful explosion at one of the busiest shopping centers in the South American nation's capital. Officials say 9 more people have injuries from Saturday night's blast at the Centro Andino in the heart of Bogota's tourist district. Ambulances and fire trucks rushed to the scene, and the injured were taken to a hospital where 2 later died. And still ahead, babies, they say, are a blessing, but while their births were a scientific breakthrough, it was mired in controversy. But now the first ever test tube babies are getting to meet each other for the very first time. And it's been around for a while how one very old local restaurant is still serving up its popular hot dogs to a whole new generation. That's coming up next. You're watching News Channel 12 this morning. Waffle fries, French fries, cheesy fries, whatever kind of fries you like, you need to listen up. A new study suggests going easy on fried potatoes so you can live longer. The study says people double their risk of dying early if they eat fried potatoes 2 or 3 times a week. Scientists in Italy came to that conclusion after tracking more than 4,000 people over 8 years. But they say the study is observational, meaning it didn't prove that fried potatoes can cause early death. The scientists say other factors could be in play, including obesity and sedentary lifestyle. So, as with all things, consume in moderation. And it was a defining moment in science and a breakthrough in treating infertility, but the process leading to their birth stirred very strong and passionate opinions. Recently, though, the world's first test tube babies got to meet each other for the very first time. Reporter Sandra Torres has more. Queen Elizabeth celebrates her birthday, well, at least officially. The occasion is marked by the annual Trooping the Color ceremony. The Queen's actual birthday is in April. She turned 91. But the celebration always happens in June to catch the best London weather. At the conclusion of the parade, the Queen appeared on the Buckingham Palace balcony with the royal family for a photo op. And speaking of queens, the queen of pop Beyonce and her rap king husband Jay-Z welcomed their double bundles of joy. A source confirms to People magazine that the power couple's twins have arrived, and they arrived Saturday night. The newest members of the Carter family joined 5-year-old big sister Blue Ivy. The source tells People Bey and Jay are thrilled to have started sharing the news with their family and closest friends. The Lemonade songstress 35-year-old Beyonce and her rapper husband made their double baby news public in February, with Beyonce posting a stunning maternity photo on her Instagram account. Congratulations to the new parents. A local restaurant is still serving its famous hot dogs many years after it opened, and today some of its original staff are still there bringing heartwarming yumminess to a whole new generation. News Channel 12's Brian North, well, he's about town in Washington at Bill's Hot Dogs.
All right, well, we'll take the little sunlight that we have today and sunshine for Father's Day. Take Dad out and treat him well. All right, well, that's all the time we have with you this morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Adaure Achumba. Join us back here at 6 o'clock tonight for News Channel 12 Weekend Edition. Good Morning America is next. Have a great Sunday.